everyone, and welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I am Adriene, and today we are going to learn Dandasana, or the stick pose, or also known as the staff pose, or multiple names. Dandasana is a beautiful posture. It's another one of those asanas where there's more than meets the eye, so it's kind of fun to have the time here in this little video to break it down. So hop on the mat and let's learn Dandasana. Cross-legged position. I'm going to sit up nice and tall. Really right away bringing my awareness to the crown of the head and then letting it trickle all the way down to the tip of the tailbone. Sorry, that was silly. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, elongating through the spine, coming into the breath. I'm going to break down Dandasana, so I'm going to send my legs out in front. I'm going to keep my heels in line with my hip points here. So we have wider than the hip points, and then we have heels straight together. For now, for beginners, I'm going to send heels just straight in line with the hip points here. Now, speaking of the heels, I'm going to press into my heels. So activate the legs here, active legs. I'm going to press into the heels, flexing the feet. The toes point up towards the sky, or you can imagine your toes pointing towards your heart or back towards your face. So we're really engaging the full sole of the foot. Palms are going to come to the tops of the thighs here for just a moment, for just a couple breaths. We're going to use this as a reminder to, one, draw the tops of the thigh bones down, down, down. In fact, there's a little rotation here, kind of similar to the rotation in downward facing dog, where the tops of the thigh bones are going to rotate in towards each other, just slightly. So we're thinking about the quads, the tops of the thigh bones, drawing in together and down. So there's no lazy legs here, but really nice engaging quality here. So definitely a pose, like I said before, that there's a lot going on, more than meets the eye, okay? Now, from the heels, I travel up, engaging the quads, tops of the thigh bones, drawing down, toes still pointing up towards the sky. Now I'm going to continue to travel up. See if I can align head over heart, heart over pelvis here. I can release my fingertips from the thighs now to the sides, using this as a bit of a support system here, so pressing up slightly out of the fingertips to find that length. Imagine lifting from this area of your body, your armpit chest. In fact, everyone take your thumbs and give yourself a little lift here if you're not too sweaty. Bringing the thumbs to the armpit chest and using it, the power of touch here, to just give yourself a little bit of length, a little bit of lift. Then maintain that lift, that openness in the heart, and release the fingertips back down. We're drawing the navel in towards the spine and then lengthening through the back of the neck. So we're finding that upward motion while still grounding, tops of the thighs down, shoulder blades in together and down. We're talking about that a lot in our foundations of yoga, and you'll see that come up more and more, that there's these two opposing forces in Hatha yoga. So here we have the lifting up as if Marilyn Monroe's skirts blowing in the wind, this lifting of the heart. And then we have this grounding quality, that dual action. And balancing the two of those, we find our posture. So I'm working hard here in the legs, taking nice, long, smooth, deep breaths, extending through the crown of the head, lifting through the heart, and grounding, tops of the thighs down, shoulder blades in together and down, navel to the spine. Talking really quiet here, I'm getting all zenned out. A couple of variations. If you feel like the navel is really like a magnet sucking you towards the back of your mat, so you're having this syndrome, fear not. Maybe take a blanket or a block and lift your hips up so that you have a little more of a fighting chance to kind of find that space and lengthen through the side body and lift through the heart. Another option is to simply soften the knees. Find that lift here. So we can soften through the knees and then in due time, slowly draw the heels out. So we have Dandasana. And in Sanskrit, Danda literally translate to stick or staff, which is why we call this the staff pose or stick pose. And the Danda is, and I learned this, or I was turned on to this for Shiva Ray, who I love. I just want to give her a little shout out because this totally changed my yoga practice. But thinking about the danda, this staff, this spine that literally holds us up from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone. And I feel like in Dandasana, in the stick pose or the staff pose, I just can't think of a better way to connect to that line here than in this posture. So even though this might seem like an easy posture, a beginner's posture, or a posture that's not worth your time, if you're trying to get a workout or have a restorative practice, I encourage you to give it a try and see what you can discover in just this asana. Checking in, full body experience, and engaging that danda from the crown of the head to the tip of the tail. Okie doke, so that was Dandasana. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Leave comments below. Always open to feedback and conversation, particularly if it's about yoga. And yeah, let's keep connecting to this area between the crown of the head and the tip of the tailbone, especially in Hatha Yoga and our asana. It's not just about the abs, right? Abs are good, and we're all going to get abalicious this summer. And I'm going to help you with that as well. But let's think about integrating from crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone. Dandasana is a great pose to experiment with that. So let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.